The Akita stopped crossing the nursery threshold on a Tuesday. 5 days later, the electrician opened the wall. Stefan Verhoeven. Okolo was a former IT systems analyst who had built monitoring systems for distributed cloud networks. He trusted data sources. He trusted redundancy. He had installed a Nest thermostat, a smart baby monitor, a smoke detector, and a carbon monoxide alarm. He had not installed an EMF detector. His Akita, Yuzu, had been doing the same morning routine since their son Felix was born 6 months ago. Into the nursery, sniff the crib rail, lie down by the rocker. Every morning, 5 days a week. On a Tuesday, Yuzu stopped at the doorway. He would not cross. By Thursday, he was scratching at a specific spot on the wall inside the room at waist height. He scratched it 4 times a day. Stefan watched him. He Googled Akita wall scratching behavior. He found 7 explanations, none of which satisfied him. On Friday morning, he downloaded an EMF detection app, a tool he had used at a previous job for checking server room wiring integrity. He held his phone against the wall where Yuzu scratched. The reading was elevated in a way that was not ambient household wiring. It was a specific signature he associated with arcing in concealed conductors. He turned off the nursery breaker. He called an electrician. The electrician Bohumil Velasquez opened the wall. The previous owner had made an illegal splice with electrical tape inside the cavity. The tape had degraded. The wire sheathing had melted in a 3-inch section. There was carbon scoring on the drywall. About 3 days from a fire, Velasquez said. Your dog was scratching at the epicenter. They hear arcing at frequencies we can't. They smell heated insulation before any visible combustion. If you stay for stories about what animals notice before we do, you're in the right place. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. The wall was rebuilt. The wiring was replaced. The nursery was rewired entirely by a certified electrician over 4 days. On the first night back, Yuzu walked through the doorway, sniffed the new drywall, and lay down by the rocker. Has your animal ever done something you couldn't explain until it was the only thing that made sense? Tell us in the comments. These stories deserve to be heard. Stefan put a small note in his home maintenance log under INSTST. Trust the Akita. He does not know if he will need this instruction again. He keeps it anyway. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who had to scratch a wall for 5 days until you finally listened. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Felix is 9 months old. The nursery lights work. Yuzu enters the room every morning.